In previous class we have covered cell, the basic unit of life. Means we discussed about the cell is a structural and the functional unit. So now in this class we will start invention of microscope and discovery of cell. So discovery of cell was possible because of the after the invention of the microscope. The reason is that cell is the minute and the tiny structure that we cannot see with the naked eye, and we can see cell by using some special instrument, and that is actually the microscope. So the simple microscope was invented by the Anton von Leeuwenhoek, and this Anton von Leeuwenhoek he developed the microscope by using the single biconvex lens. He used only the one lens in his microscope, that is called simple microscope, and by using that simple microscope he could see red blood cells, muscle cells, and the cell of bacteria. Leeuwenhoek is known as the father of microbiology. So Leeuwenhoek is known as or famous as the father of microbiology. Why? Because of the invention of the microscope, the microorganisms are what you can say can be discovered. Microorganisms are the unicellular structure, means organisms. They are unicellular organisms, so they made up of single cell, and we know that the cell is the tiny structure we cannot see with the naked eye. So that's why the Leeuwenhoek is known as the father of microbiology. Robert Hooke also made a primitive microscope, and that he used two lenses. Means like Leeuwenhoek is developed a microscope by using the single lens. But after that, Robert Hooke is also work in this field only, and he tried to make a better resolution or one means better resolution microscope. That's why he used two lenses in his microscope, and he examined thin slices of cork. Cork means the outermost, what you can say, the layer or the covering of the trunk, that is a bark or cork you can say. So he just observed that slice of cork under the microscope, and what he found that he found that small compartments he he just observed that the compartment like a structure or box like a structure, small room like a structure he noticed. It's there in the page number 3.3. Oh, sorry, page number 37, figure 3.3. In that, these compartment or the box like structures are visible. When he observed that bark of tree or the cork of tree, then he observed that the small compartments are visible. These compartments he given the name that's cellula. The structure later on named as cell, because the cell word is come from the cellula. Cellula means room, so a small compartment or a small room like a structure he observed under the microscope, and he given the name cell to those rooms or those small compartments. So over a period of time people work in this field and try to improve the microscope's quality and magnification. So today we have very good with very means microscope with a very good magnification. So continuing from that time till now, the people are working in this field, and here we can means we can have a microscope which can magnify the picture 2 lakh time even. So microscope is an instrument which help in the discovery of cell. And cell we know that it's a basic unit of life, and that was noticed or the invented or discovered when this microscope is invented. So first, the Leeuwenhoek was work on that, and later on, so many scientists work in this field. In 1838, German biologists Matthias Schleiden and Theodor Schwann, they just, or you can say, study the cell under the microscope, and they put some points regarding the cell, and they given those points as cell theory of life. Means Matthias Leiden, all of you just repeat in your heart, Matthias Leiden and Theodor Schwann. Theodor Schwann. Matthias, Matthias, Schleiden, Schleiden, and Theodor, 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 Schwann, Theodor Schwann. So these are the two biologists. They just observe the cell under the microscope, and they have given some point regarding it, and they introduce those points as cell theory of life. And in that, the points are that all animals and all plants are made up of cell. So all animal and all plants are made up of cell. They have given this point, and cells are the basic unit of structure and function in all the organisms. So they have given these 2 points after studying so many cells of different organisms. They worked on so many organisms. They studied different type of cells, and then they have given these 2 points that all the animals and all the plants are made up of cells, and cell is the basic unit, structural and functional basic unit of an organism. After that, in 1868, after a long period, after these two biologists, one more scientist work on this, and he has given again some point regarding it. It's 1868, Rudolf Virchow. Rudolf Virchow, he was also work on this only 2 points. These Matthias Leiden and Schwann, they have given, and after that, Rudolf Virchow revived the theory, and he has added one more point. What the point is, he stated that new cells are produced from pre-existing cells. Means the new cells are formed from the older cell only. Pre-existing means the cell which is already exist. Pre means before, which is already there. From that only the new cells arise there by the cell division. Means the new cells form from the pre-existing cell only. So this point is added by the Rudolf Virchow. So in 1838 and 39, they worked on this cell, and they have given these 2 points as a cell theory, that all the organisms are made up of cell, and cell is the basic unit, structural and functional basic unit. After that, Rutherford added one more point, that the cells are arises from the pre-existing cell only. Means the new cells are formed from the older cell only, the cell which is already present. So these points are included as a cell theory. So till now, these 3 points are there in the cell theory. So these three scientists work on it: Matthias Leiden, Theodor Schwann, and Rutherford Virchow. They worked on the cell, and they have given the cell theory. So this is all about the cell theory. Now you just already the hands are raised only. Yes. Uh, Wait a minute. Okay. Amna, you tell me what is cell theory. Amna. Amna, am I audible to everyone? I asked from Amna. I asked from Amna. Sairish, tell me. Sairish, tell me. Hmm. Oh, Okay, Ahmad Ali Abdullah, you tell me. Yes, Ahmad Ali Abdullah. Cell theory. Hmm. Okay, cell theory. Yes, yes, it is correct, mashallah. Yes, Amna, you also tell. Amna, you also tell. Amna, tell what is cell theory? What is cell theory? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Yes. Okay, tell. Yes, tell. One at a time only. No, Isma, you tell me. Isma, what is cell theory and who has given it? Tell me the name of the scientist who has given the cell theory. Hmm. Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Matthias Leiden and Theodor Schwann, they just given the cell theory and that 2 point were there. Third point was added by Rudolf Virchow. Rudolf Virchow added a 1 point. Yes. Mohammad Azad, you tell me the point which is added by the Rudolf Virchow. Yes, new cells are formed from the pre-existing cells. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now, here the activity on the page number 38 to study the part of compound microscope. Here, the compound microscope picture, picture of microscope is there in your book. Is there in your book? So there's an activity on the page number 38 that to study the part of a compound microscope. So here for that we need a compound microscope and there we can see the different part. Here it is labeled like A B C A B D C E A B C D E. five are labeled. So A is the eyepiece, from where means we keep our eye and we just try to observe the thing. So this is the 38. 38. Mm. So this is the A is the eyepiece, and then B, which is labeled as B, is objective lenses. B, which is objective